What's happening in the world? What's going on out there? So, about to drink some beer, see what everybody's drinking out there tonight. I'm here with Todd, my buddy here in Indiana, and we don't have Joe tonight. Joe's actually out there on the hunt right now for some beer, so expect to see an unboxing take place at some point, probably next week. But what's up, Junior? Good to see you there in the comment section. And tonight, kind of kick it off talking about some of the beers, some of the past week. Actually going to drink a hazy IPA from the Alpha Effect. It's the Alpha Effect from Heavy Seas out of Baltimore. That's out of DJ Brew Tubes area. Also, we haven't seen Billy in a while, but Billy's in that area too. So out there in the Baltimore area. But what are you drinking there, Todd?
I'm starting out with one from 450 North, Tangerine Cranberry Slurpee.
Oh, man, that sounds so good.
That is their smoothie style Berliner Weissen. So this comes in at, let's see, it's only 4.5%, which is typical, I guess. But so I picked this one up, I guess, let's see. I've had this one for a few weeks, so I thought I'd crack it open tonight and give it a try.
Yeah. And then Junior in the comment section said he is drinking a Nantahala Noonday IPA. So I haven't heard of them before.
Is that out of North Carolina?
I don't know. Where's that out of, Junior?
If you
out of Tennessee, where he's at.
I went to that brewery. Is the only reason why I'm asking. I think it's in North Carolina.
He says 6% ABV, 54 IBU. Drunken One says, "What's up, my brothers?"
What's up, Drunken One?
You know, as I pour this hazy IPA that I'm about to drink, I just wonder if I'm getting to a tipping point where I'm tired of drinking hazy IPAs. Do you feel like
that's definitely the thing going on right now for sure?
Is it gotten to a point where there's too many out there yet?
I don't know. I don't know if it's reached that point yet or not, or it's just an overflow of everybody doing them all at once right now, and you're just. Yeah, I guess it could be an overflow then.
Yeah.
Can't talk myself into it. Very well could be.
Junior said that they are out of Bryson City, North Carolina. So you're all right, Todd.
Yeah, that's right. I went to Bryson City, was it last year? 2 years ago. Went to Nantahala Brewing, and they got another brewery there, and I forget the name of it offhand. But they had some pretty good stuff. Actually, the food at Nantahala was better than the beer, but it was a pretty good place, though. I enjoyed it.
And Drunken One said he's drinking the Yellow Rose clone tonight. So Yellow Rose of Texas. And, of course, when I hear Yellow Rose, I think Josie Wales. That was just on the other day. That was talking about a double header. They had Pale Rider, and then they had Josie Wales right after it. I mean, that's 4-5 good hours on the couch right there watching those Clint Eastwood movies.
You're like, I have nothing else better to do anyway. Might as well.
I
already started. I can't turn it over, and I can't get up now.
So they're watching Pale Rider and Josie Wales and quoting along with it, and I was like, "You gonna watch it again?" Like, damn right, I'm gonna watch it again. This is Josie Wales.
I'm sure there's a few lines in there that I can't repeat, so I might as well.
Yeah, it's a classic every time you watch it. I mean, you know, it's hard to turn the channels. You know, there's some good movies that come on and you're stuck there. You know, Tombstone, Jaws, things like that. So
yeah, you're like, oh shit, what did I stop for? Now I gotta watch.
Started watching Goodfellas earlier today, and I was like, oh no, I cannot watch this again. And then like half an hour, I'm all into it.
I especially hate that when it's like 11 o'clock at night and you're just about ready to go to bed, and you flip over and you're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Now I'm stuck until midnight because there's no way I'm getting up and going to bed now.
Which is the funny thing, because most of those movies you can get on demand just about anywhere nowadays. You'll stay up late watching it and dragging your ass to work the next morning.
Right. Yeah. Blindside for me is one of those movies. Every time Blindside's on, it's like let's stop and watch it.
See, I've
Every
never seen
time.
Blindside. That's one I haven't seen before. I don't know why I never got around to it. I actually got it on DVD too here, as a matter of fact.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, I've never seen. I know the story. I mean, I saw the
Yeah.
real life player and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
But like, remember the Titans? Anytime that
That's,
get caught, I'm just like, I'm stuck. I'm just stuck there.
that's what I was going to say too. And then remember the Titans comes on, forget it. It doesn't matter.
I'm like, tell Denzel, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Shawshank Redemption's another one, along with Tombstone for me. Also, is like, yeah, just keep on going, just don't stop.
But you know what makes it good with those movies? They're so good you don't even realize how long they are. Like Tombstone's like a 3-hour movie, but you don't feel it during the whole course of it. It's just so solid the way it's written and everything.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. There's been many times where you watch a movie, it's an hour and a half long, and you're like, God, is this thing ever going to get over?
Right.
And then something like that's 3 hours long, and you're like, damn, that was quick. Next thing you know, it's 2:00 in the morning, and you got to be up in 3 hours to go to work.
Right. Drunken One says smash beer with German pills and mosaic. So that's the yellow rose clone that he's drinking. And for those that are not familiar with smash single malt, single hop, and he also says loved it so much at the pub he did his own. And Eric Gilbert says cheers, people. And Drunken One says thanks back to Eric as well. So this week was pretty nice so far. As you know, went last night to a beer tasting at one of my local places a mile wide. I was in from Louisville. So I put some pictures out there on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and stuff, but ended up meeting the co-founder of Mile Wide, which is funny because he remembered, like, he thought we met before when he was at Shafley at one of maybe the beer festivals, which was kind of cool. So we were there talking, and they brought in like 5 different beers. So we tried the different beers. They had one I really liked was one that was a mesquite smoked beer that they based it off of kind of a way to pay homage to St. Curla, which St. Curla, if you ever had that smoked beer, it's really good. It's an import. It's one that I've done a video on before. I don't know if it's pretty hard to find here. I found it at one of my local places that gets pretty good imports in. I know Dean on Dean's Beer Reviews. We both talked about it. He's done it before. Just an excellent smoked beer. And this one was, it was like you drank it and you had the feeling of like just like smoldering fire. Like you could almost have like a campfire in your mouth. It was just like, it was so relaxing, so smoked. You like just wanted the cigar, just wanted to kick back with this thing. So it was kind of decent.
The smoke wasn't too overpowering on it?
No, it wasn't too overpowered at all. I didn't think so. Some of the other people thought it was a little bit more for what they weren't maybe used to and stuff. Because when you get into smoked beer, sometimes you do get into a certain taste you have to have for that. You kind of build up to. It's not something for everybody to really enjoy a nice smoked beer. Sometimes your palate isn't there. Sometimes you're not ready to fully enjoy it or really take it in. So kind of one of those things that just, I don't know, I guess you grow into it or you get a feel for it or something that you just find to really enjoy. But it was really good. I mean, you also got like, you felt like that mesquite, like barbecue a little bit in the mouth as well. So
yeah. My experience with smoked beers, it's either a hit or a miss, like, which sounds dumb, but it's either almost too overpowering or, just right kind of in the wheelhouse, like what you're saying. But
yeah,
I've had some, it's almost just like you're tasting just like a mouthful of smoke from a bonfire or something.
Yeah.
It's just not really, you can't really get anything else out of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you get something like Evil Twins Ashtray Heart, it almost can feel like you're licking the ashtray, I guess, for some people.
Yeah, something like that. It's just like, why? I mean, is there really a need for something like that?
Right. And I've actually enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it, but it's definitely too harsh for a lot of people, I think, that are out there. But we had that one, and then we had a couple of the 3 other ones he brought. And then Tuesday night, I went out to another local brewery spot we got here. He was called 3 Pints, and they were a new brewery, somewhat decent. Nothing that really knocked you out. We were talking about earlier. One of those things, like you asked, was some of these breweries out. Do you find more breweries that are kind of just like somewhat decent, or ones that are I forgot what you said exactly, but kind of more higher up, more knock you back. And I think you have more that are kind of in that decent type range that are kind of putting beers out there that may have one or two that'll be a really ones to catch your attention, but some of the other ones are kind of just, decent beers you can just drink, I guess. So
yeah, you was mentioning you mentioned Fall City earlier about that. They kind of fall in that category where their stuff's just okay, but they have like I said, they opened up a new tap room brewery back in the early part of the year, and it's a pretty nice atmosphere. I mean, it's nice. To me, that makes up a little bit for maybe what lacks in the beer itself category, I guess. If you have a good, nice atmosphere just to hang out and kick back and knock a few down,
right. And then I don't
think it has to be anything like over the top or a home run on every single beer or anything like that. In my opinion, anyway.
It's hard for a brewery to have everyone, kind of be a knockout. Like I said, here I've got one that actually seemed to be really good across the board. Now it's Street Side Brewery, who I need to go back and check out some more of their beers, but they pretty much nailed every style I had when I went there that day, everything I was trying. So it's tough to have everything, everybody's going to love it or like it or whatever. So take a look here at some of the comments taking place, and thanks for everybody joining tonight. Foamy Head in the house. What's up, everyone? I'm having a Sun Fade, a hazy IPA from a La Crumber Brewing. Cheers. So he's having a hazy beer too. And then Eric said, cheers back to Drunken One. Paul's in the house. Did someone say campfire in your mouth? Never too much smoke. Red Beer said, what be going down? Paul says, nothing too much, people of the beard. And then Drunken One says, hey, Paul Beard. Paul says, yo, brother. Blasey, Blasey, Blasey. Paul says, I used to drop my mozzarella sticks through my trays at Denny's. As a dare. Oh, okay. As a dare wasn't too bad. You got some spacing going on there, throwing me off in a grammatical that line there. I lost your joke because I was trying to figure out where you were doing that comma. Eric says Rathman from Unibrew is my favorite smoke beer. Do love the smoke. I don't think I've had Rathman from Unibrew. There's just been a few that I've had from them. So yeah. So Paul says excellent curl all day. So that's the beer I was talking about. I forgot Paul has had it as well. So that beer they actually did was kind of to pay homage to that as well. And that's actually a nice one from Mile Wide. Let me see what beer that was actually called here. Check my information. So that one was actually called Wooderson from Mile High. So if you see that one, that is the one that's the smoke beer.
I wonder if they did that one special for that. I don't know if that. I'm sure it came out here. I just don't. I know they don't can that one for sure.
Oh no, that was canned.
Oh, it was canned?
Yeah. The only one they didn't have canned when they came was Idlewild. They just had that's usually canned, but that when they had on tap here.
Okay. Well, I didn't think that other smoked one was one that they can.
Yeah, and the Chairlift was one they just did as well in the can, so that's a newer one. And then you said like Brad Brabble just came out, so
yeah. Yeah, they do some pretty good stuff. That's IPA. They're IPAs for sure.
Yeah.
They had a barrel-aged stout that they released a couple months ago, but I wasn't able to get over there to try to pick up a bomber of it.
Yeah. Now, for your 450 North, did you have to go to the brewery to pick that up, or are you seeing them in your store? They go quick up here, I think, in the stores when they do.
Yeah, the ones I sent to you guys, those were brewery release only.
Okay.
The stuff that they distro is not nearly as good as their brewery only releases. Which I have another one tomorrow. I think they've got 4 or 5 again tomorrow that they're releasing.
What do you think about that Slurpee one?
It's good. It's I'm going to try to get these are the Slurpees probably go faster than any of them. They've got another one coming out tomorrow. I can't remember what the base of it is or what the fruits of it is, but the Slurpee ones are pretty good. I can't drink a lot of them though. I don't know if the sourness or they kind of start hitting my stomach a little bit after a while.
Right.
But I mean they're great though. Definitely one you could after cutting grass or something you can kick back and nice hot day and drink some. But for me, I can't drink a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they would get like to the sweetness and stuff after a point. So it would kind of wear on you a little bit if you had a bunch of them.
But I'll try to get some for you guys at one point and get some of those out to you too if I can.
Well, I wouldn't complain. I'm just saying. And we got Eric in the house from out of Michigan. What's going on, Eric?
Not much. What's going on,
What's up,
gentlemen?
Eric?
All right.
Another drinking Thursday.
Yep, Thirsty Thursdays.
And then Raining said he's drinking a Bell's Two Hearted. So right there out of Eric's area.
Nice.
And Eric Gilbert said Rathman is hard to get outside Quebec. Creamy peated Scotch ale. So that's the one he's having from Unibrew. Probably why I haven't seen it then. Paul says Reclamation was a nice one called Smoke on the Water that blends an IPA, wheat, and smoke brew together. And Raina says love most all smoke beers. And Paul says, oh, by the way, where the fuck is Joe? And Joe is on the hunt for us right now, apparently. So one hell of a beer. So
can't be mad at that.
Can't be mad at Joe there.
Yeah, he will be pissed.
He's taking one for the team in the good way. So
you're gonna be pissed, Paul. We'll just say okay.
And Rainey said Joe thinks he is Mr. Fancy Pants now that he has a channel. Major ego. No, Joe's all good. He's out there getting us some goodies for sure. And then Redbeard said, isn't it Rathman from Unibrew? And that's what we were talking about there. Yeah, so it is. He's asking if it's a Rathman instead of Rathman. I'll let him and Eric Gilbert handle that on the Canadian side of the border. And Paul says true about what you said, Eric. So
exactly.
So what are you drinking there, Eric?
I'm just having an Old Faithful of mine, one of my go-to beers. Founders All Day IPA.
Nice.
All day.
You drink it all day.
I think everybody pretty much has that nowadays and everything. Yeah. So,
Eric, what do those run you up there?
$8.99 for a 6-pack.
Woo!
You see,
I always get the cans. Like, I get the bottles.
We can get the 15-pack of them for like $15.99.
Yeah, that's what the cans are. That's what they are here. I
get
the PC pills. I get the PC pills. I can get All Day IPA and Centennial IPA for $15.99, 24-pack.
Okay, same here. Yeah.
Nice.
I thought maybe they were gouging in your own state there.
They probably are. I mean, the politicians up here, they want their piece of the pie.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with it, that's for sure. And so Eric said slip of the keyboard there, I guess going back to Redbeard. So anyway, as far as anything happening else in the beer world, have you guys seen anything out there? Anything that's kind of got your goat, as they say, or beer
to be
stuff?
honest, I haven't seen anything from being. I don't know about Todd.
Yeah, same here. I've not really had the time to really look, and two, I haven't heard anything that's really stood out.
Yeah. Oh, but congrats with Eric. I mean, Eric, I don't know if you wanted to say anything, but it's kind of cool.
Go for it, man.
So, Eric here was contacted. I won't go into all the details, I guess, because I don't want to steal your thunder or anything, but it was.
To be honest, I'd have to go back and look at the email anyway.
I'm thinking of what was the beer? I'm thinking of the beer that Eric did. It was
Carlsberg.
Carlsberg. So apparently, our guy here getting noticed internationally now got reached out to them and asked to be part of a radio ad. So from his video on YouTube. So that's pretty cool. So big up to you there. Cheers to that.
Thank you.
Nice that you got noticed there.
I'm interested to know how all this is going to come out. So that's it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, it sounded pretty cool from what you shared with us, and that's kind of awesome. Starting to notice. That's the one thing I don't think I mentioned earlier, but when I met like the person from Mile Wide, he said knew me. He was like, "Yeah, I saw your video on our beer and everything that you did." Like, it's like, really? He's like, "Yeah, you did the YouTube Leroy." I'm like, "Really? You watched the YouTube Leroy?" And like, what do you think? He's like, "No, it was good. We liked it and everything like that." And I was like, "Was it fair?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it was definitely fair and honest. So we appreciated that and everything." So. And I said, yeah, I sent it to one of my buddies in Michigan. I sent one of my buddies up there in New York, and they liked it, and they put stuff out too. And yeah, so it's kind of cool when you find out people see your stuff. So
yeah,
I'm just happy to be sitting amongst royalty right now.
Oh, stop!
I mean, we're no Simon. We're no Simon. No one's named a beer after us or anything.
We got an international star on the rise, and then our top 50 wine tuber here. So
Yeah. And to Paul, I didn't whine and bitch complain this time, okay? Not to.
Paul gives you his nice little compliment there. You see that?
I don't have the app up here.
In Paul's own way, he's just saying he cares. He says, he says congrats anyway.
You fucker.
Compliment without being a little bit bitter.
I don't know what caused me to go to my email account and look there, but I'm like, I read it and I was like, really? Really? I kind of had to process what I was reading there for about 10 minutes.
Was it like in your junk mail or?
What's that?
So was that in your junk mail or did you get it through your regular?
No, it was in my inbox. I just hadn't checked and I'll be honest, I don't check my inbox like I really should. Maybe it's like once every 2 months, probably. This one happened to be like yesterday, so I was like, whoo.
Oh shit, that kind of luck, you might want to hit the casino this weekend.
Exactly.
And I was looking through some stuff here, and there's a piece out here, 10 essential beer apps your phone is thirsty for. Of course, this comes from Thrill List because it's a list. So some interesting ones. If you're looking for like a seller app, they recommend BEX Seller, which I do need another seller app because mine did crash, but they have that. They also have Beer Style Reference Guide. If you're looking for a nice little guide to know what styles of beer you're drinking, there's Pairwise, which is a great one for pairing up food. Beer Menus, which Beer Menus has been a great app. If you're looking to see what beers are around your area and you're looking to become involved, that's a great app to check out, where you can find stuff. Then there's BeerVentures. Haven't done anything with that app, but it basically highlights the breweries around you. So if you're ever out cruising or you're like Ubering one night out with buddies, you can pull it up and it'll tell you where all the different beer spots are, which is kind of nice. There's a Hot Plotter. There's Brewtown. And then they also say Beersmith, Mobile Homebrew, and a Home Brew Talk. So, and Beer Pong Free. So, who doesn't like beer pong here and there?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's some apps for your phone if you're interested. And tonight, since we don't have Joe, we had to go out and find someone to fill his role. So, we scanned the whole Earth to find Earth and bring Earth in. Guest cameo appears. Welcome, brother.
What's up,
How you
bro?
guys doing?
Good. How you doing? What you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking a Pacific Drift IPA.
And who's that by?
It's a collaboration with Mission Brewing in San Diego, California.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice little can. It reminds me of Point Break on the can now.
Yeah. Real simple.
Yeah.
It's been my daily drinker for a while.
And who doesn't need one of those?
Mm-hmm.
I totally choked. My aunt and uncle's visiting in town from San Diego, and they drove here to Indiana from San Diego, and they're going to be here for probably a month, I guess. I should have had them just stop and get me all kinds of shit on their way in.
You didn't tell them to put stuff in the car for you?
I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't know if they would or not, but once I got here and got talking, they were like, "Oh, you should have told us." I was like, now. How dumb was that?
As Joe would say if he was here, Todd, that's on you.
That's on you. That's definitely on me for sure.
You should ask Joe about a song I sent him that has that lyric in it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Thought it was pretty funny.
He's
See what he says.
Rochester right now. So he might be watching in the car. I don't know. I don't know if he's riding or driving himself. But where's the family out now, Todd? Are they like almost here?
No, they're here now. Yeah, they got in last weekend.
Oh yeah. I missed that opportunity.
Yeah, they're from the San Diego area, so that's even a bigger blow right there.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some West Coast beers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Could have gone with Earth. Earth could have dropped them off. You could have gone right back to them with Earth when they would head back. Drop them off back to Earth.
Earth, I know I've asked you before, but I can't remember. Are you Southern or Northern California?
Southern California, about 120 miles east of LA.
Okay.
Oh wow! So you got to be right near the Nevada border.
I'm not that close. Probably 3 hours from the border.
Oh,
It's not a space to cover in California for sure.
Well, if you consider that close or not, I don't know, but
It might be the traffic though too.
yeah, it could be the traffic. Yeah.
It's like
I've been to LA before.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
I've
too.
driven out there before. I'll tell you what, though, that Pacific Coast run is a nice little run to do.
yeah, that traffic's not it's not what you want to deal with, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of stuck with it. So
And then let me see. Paul was saying earlier they wouldn't appreciate an honest review for him talking about Carlsbad. And Paul said, "Yeah, but the Simon Brew is Polish, so it doesn't matter anyway." Eric says Lions fans need to win at something from time to time. So Eric Gilbert, I think, is congratulating you there.
Nice stab. Nice stab.
Ouch.
That was a nice little Serena Williams backhand right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Brandon asked me how I like the high wire hazy. I'm trying to think, did I drink the high wire hazy? I don't remember. I remember talking about it before, but I don't know if I got that one. I think we were just talking about it last week.
I can't remember.
Oh yeah. Eric said he's having Little Beast, the Saison, the Heaver, Dark Saison. So he's having a nice dark Saison there.
dark Saison.
Yeah, so he's used dark malts, I'm sure, to darken it up.
Paul, next time you're in Michigan, let's meet up again, and we'll do a little tasting or something, or a bottle share or something. So.
I'm about to, in September, I'll be doing some on the road stuff. So I'll be going up to Chicago. So I'm going to try to hook up with my guys. I know up there in Lagunitas, maybe get some stuff done up there at the brewery. And then I'll be going to Toledo. So I'm going to try to get to Black Frog and finally get up there and try their stuff as well. And then I'm going to be up in Dayton later this month. So I'll probably get some Warp Wing and some other things that might be around there. A little bit closer to Athens when you go to Dayton. So I might be able to get some Jackie O, some good Jackie O stuff from around that area, hopefully. And then I think that's all the upcoming stuff I'm doing. But I was talking to Todd earlier, like I'm really looking at a trip down to Louisville. So I'd like to get down there and try some more of the breweries there. Because like I said, last time I went down Against the Grain was closed because they got flooded out. And now knowing Mile Wide and some other ones down there. So that might be upcoming as well. So I like to get some more out on the road type videos. And those are always fun to shoot videos from out there. So
how far is Louisville from where you're at?
For me, it's 70 miles or so. So
ain't bad.
Yeah, like
probably an hour and 15 minutes or.
Yeah, depends how many smokies on the road. I mean, how fast you're going.
Yeah. If I can do less than an hour.
Yeah.
Hour and a half, because they're always doing road construction from here to Cincinnati.
Yeah, they always are. Yeah, between here and Cincinnati, despite it being like a national highway, it gets real weird on 71 where it's like just 2 lanes on each side. That slows down things. So if something happens or there's a wreck or something like that and everything, it kind of just like we need more lanes on that little strip. But
I remember when I was going down to Nashville, they were working on that bridge. Oh, goodness, it's last summer now.
Yeah.
That goes across the Ohio River or whatever river that is. I'm guessing.
That was the Brent Spence, yeah, coming down from the hill in Kentucky and everything. Like
yeah, coming down 69 in that way.
Yeah, that's that's kind of a nightmare there. Some people won't even go across that bridge because they're afraid it's going to collapse at some point, which it could happen. I'm not going to say it's not.
We took that chance. We went right across it.
But we have the Roebling Bridge here, which is the bridge that the Brooklyn Bridge was based off of. So this was done like early 1900s, and more people feel safer on that one than the one that's the interstate bridge.
It's probably much better built.
Mm-hmm.
Right, is that the one that goes right down next to the stadium that you can see through as you walk across it?
Right. Like whenever they do the Reds games, they always show that bridge, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like a graded. It's kind of like graded. You can see down to the water as you're walking across it.
Yeah, yeah. You can walk across it, and people, you know, bike and run across it, all kinds of stuff. So, but it's like somebody hit the bridge a few months ago, and they had to shut it down for 2 months, and it was like the worst thing ever because everybody had to keep taking these other bridges that were like backing up traffic. I mean, so many people depended on that bridge, and it made it so much easier.
Yeah, but you only have about 15 bridges to go back and forth from Kentucky to Ohio.
But it's that one that matters. Oh.
Right, Indiana.
I guess we got too hot because that storm must have got water bottle thing my dad's because
Todd's getting in trouble there.
Yeah.
That's my daughter.
I thought you getting the John treatment, John Pierre, when he got yelled at.
No, it was my daughter. She was just telling me about her sunglasses getting broke.
Let me look on here.
Earth, we're leaving you out, man. Sorry.
Oh, it's no biggie, man. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what you guys are doing. Not interrupt
We're
your
just
show.
bullshitting. But that's really all we're doing.
If you figure that out, you let me know.
I apologize right now. I can't replace Joe, but sorry, guys.
We're going through like Joe guest stand-ins when Joe's not here now. Let me look back. I'm looking at my Facebook because Brandon said I posted it back on Tuesday. I'm trying to think in the high wire. Oh, okay. I didn't do a review on it. I did I went to Kung Fu Amber Asian, which is like the best Chinese food here in Cincinnati. And I posted a picture of the menu, and then I was having the high wire beer there. Can't talk for some reason. And that one actually was pretty decent. Let me, I think that one might have been a 3.75 or a 4 out of 5 I gave. Let's see which one that was.
Which one was that?
It was one of the high wire beers. They had it on tap there. Pull up my Untapped. But when I got there, I got a McKellar orange spaten, and the keg had just what I got was the last of it. So like, oh, that one's on the house since that we couldn't fill your glass all the way. It was like 7/8 full. So I'm like, works for me. I mean, it wasn't like it was a half glass or a quarter glass. I mean, you got it pretty much right there, but I'll take it on the house.
That's a pretty good series.
Yeah. Oh, it was tasty still, so.
I don't think I've had the orange.
McKellar doesn't do many things wrong that I've found from the beers I've had from them. So,
yeah, they're solid all around.
Yeah, they're one of the breweries that definitely delivers. Hey, what's up, Richie Z? Richie Z says, "What's up, Rod and friends?
What's going on, brother?
What's up?
What's up? My Untapped seems to be stuck."
Yeah, I noticed that yesterday too. It was stuck. I don't know if they're having server issues or what it is.
I think they're updating some stuff too with it. I believe that's going to be upcoming. Let's see.
Rod, if you can get this Scene Sounds from Platform, I'd definitely recommend picking it up. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm liking their beers, that's for sure.
I like the one you sent me, Todd, that Platform beer.
The one Todd sent you, the one I sent you?
No.
Well, maybe you sent it to me.
The torrential downpour?
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah,
that was Rod.
Oh, that was Rod. Okay. That was really good. I was impressed.
Yeah, so
I got to live vicariously through you guys because I don't know anything about these beers you guys are drinking over there.
Yeah, you don't get many kind of Eastern beers over there, do you?
We get some, but Founders is out here, and there's some other places that are out here, but
yeah, but you don't get like
like
Bells
that,
or anything
really.
like that, right?
Yeah, we get Bells.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, we get Bells.
That's surprising.
Yes,
But the smaller nano breweries, you know, they're not going to be out here.
Right.
Not that you don't have enough of your own out there, I'm sure, though.
Yeah, I think we all have that covered as far as the little guys.
Yeah.
the beer I had Thursday was High Wire, hazy and juicy and hoppy and fresh IPA. It's got to be a lot to put on a label, but it was in a keg, so it was just glass. But yeah, I gave that one a 4 out of 5, and at the time I had it was pretty decent. What did I note on Untapped about it?
You've been hitting it pretty good lately, I noticed.
Untapped?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to get everything in there that I can. That's a juicy, hoppy, smooth, and fruity. No, that was a different one. That was Righteous Room. That was back to like, what did I have?
I've been slacking on Untapped, I'll admit. I don't know. Just not used to doing it, I must be, or haven't made it a habit yet.
Slacker.
Yeah, I know.
I may have not checked in the one I had Tuesday night. That was the one previously. But that was a 4 out of 5 if you see their hoppy, juicy one. That was pretty decent.
Have you guys slowed down this last week in new releases around there?
Which ones?
Just any new releases in your area? Has it been slow this week?
Not in my area. We get new releases like each week from breweries. It's like usually like on my Facebook page, I can't even keep up, but it's like different events are happening that they're releasing all kinds of new beers.
Yeah, the beer
some
scene
reason
over
this
here is huge.
For some reason, this last week was slow as hell over here.
Yeah.
Like with
Nobody's
me,
We
updating.
Todd,
get tons of releases every week.
yeah, we're like me, Todd, Joe, and Rod are all. I mean, we're just and Paul out in Pennsylvania. I'm sure he's the same way. There's just new beers being introduced and festivals and beer fests and all that stuff happening around. There's so much going on over here. You really can't be at all the places at one time.
Right.
I don't know how it is on the West Coast. It might be the same. I don't know.
It's usually pretty busy, but for some reason, it just kind of came to a stop this week. I don't know what happened. The heat must be getting to everybody.
It happens.
I don't know. You guys, you're getting enough good beers out there. You guys can take a few weeks off, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
All the good stuff you're seeing. But one of our places, go ahead.
Normally, when they come out, there's so many of them that drop, you can't even keep up.
Yeah.
That's usually the case.
Yeah, we've got Braxton Labs is releasing another one this weekend. Their small batch stuff. We got a good amount there doing small batch processing. And then when that platform opens up their tasting room here in the fall, that's going to be pretty awesome because they'll be releasing stuff. It's just always stuff popping off here. I mean, it's great. And then we have the little gastropubs and stuff that are hitting all the time now too. So,
Right, it seems like Listerman out your way has slowed down on new releases. It seemed like there for a while they were coming out with something new every week. It seemed like.
Yeah, I would say I haven't seen them do anything much new as of yet. I would expect them to get back into it. I mean, but people love when they come out with stuff. So they might be working on just some good stuff here. They're going to be launching here pretty soon.
Yeah, it could be.
Which I need to get over there again at some point. Let's see here. And then Whiskey Throttle's in the house. And he's saying hello to Dale. Dale back to him. Brandon says Torrential Downpour is pretty good, so he's had it as well. So definitely a nice one from Platform. And Richie Z says, Daniel, I watch your night shift vids on my way home. Keep doing those as long as the mood hits you. And that is talking about Daniel's channel, who is Whiskey Throttle. So, yeah, if you guys like whiskey, you can check out Whiskey Throttle as well. He does a lot of good stuff there, too. Which, speaking of whiskey, I did get the Stout Cask Makes this week, so I'll probably do something like that this weekend possibly, too.
I've heard good things about that.
I've heard it's better than the IPA, which I wasn't as impressed with. I mean, it was still a good Jameson beer, but just as far as the IPA qualities, didn't feel like they came out as enough. Eric Gilbertson.
Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I went ahead and I grabbed some. I seen I don't know if anyone's a fan of Moscow mules. I kind of like them every kind of a now and again kind of thing. So I seen that New Holland that makes Dragon's Milk. They got a spirits division and they made like a Moscow mule, but they call it the Holland mule. I grabbed a 4-pack of that. It was like 9%. I'm going to do a review on my channel about it, but I thought it was a little bit too gingery for me. It just didn't really taste like how a Moscow mule should. So, but they got like a bourbon and Coke, and then there was one more. I think maybe like a margarita style that they had. I'm going to get all of them and see how they are.
Yeah, I feel like some of those are coming up with these to try to appeal more to some of the millennials that might not be necessarily gravitating toward beer, as they're saying.
Yeah.
Then with kind of these mixed cocktail things.
Yeah, mixed drinks, cocktails, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, they've been pretty popular recently, I noticed. I think somewhere out here even dropped a variation of a Moscow mule.
Do you think that's just a fad, though, Earth?
I don't know. Probably it'll probably die out, in a little bit. Probably like that brewed IPA that's getting popular right now.
Yeah, I've seen those around too.
I haven't seen any of those yet.
There's one I can't remember. Some brewery in Michigan makes a brewed IPA.
I haven't been too impressed with them yet, but I got one more coming out next month. I'm going to try and see if that changes anything.
From the same company you had before, or a different one?
No, it's a different company. It's one of my reliable companies that one of the breweries I really like. So if they can't do it well, so I'm just going to say the hell with it.
Yeah.
Not spending money on something I don't really care for.
Right.
So, Earth, who's the biggest national brand brewery near you? Would you say?
As far as distribution, or
yeah.
Let's see, we got Golden Road that's close. That's out of LA area.
Have you been there? I watched that show that she's got on.
No, I've never been
homebrew
there.
show that they have. I was just wondering how their beers were actually.
Honestly, everything else that we have, you guys get. Stone Lagunitas, Firestone Walker. For the big guys.
Yeah.
Everything else is just small local stuff.
Well, even Golden Road, we get that here.
Right.
I don't know if I get Golden Road up here. I'd have to look.
Thanks to AB and Bev, we do.
Yeah.
Actually, the one that was on that show where they released that, it was a Porter Braggot. They just released that one at the store.
Yeah.
So that one's available right now.
Was that the one that won this past season?
I believe that's one of them.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one I had from Golden Road was actually their Berry Guava Wheat Ale, which actually wasn't bad, but it definitely was flaky with the chunks they had. So, and I spoke to them. They're like, "Oh no, that's actually part of it there." So, all right,
you say so.
At least it wasn't like my what was it? 6-year-old IPA.
Yeah, it wasn't 6 years old. The dates were still good and everything.
Jesus.
I mean, I can get their 15-pack of session IPA, the Wolf Pup.
Yeah,
and I can get that for $1 a can, so $15 for a 15-pack, and that's a pretty good little beer. Nothing wrong with it.
I've seen that one here. I haven't drank it, but I have seen that one in our stores too. So $1 can.
I've had that one on tap too. That one's pretty good on tap.
You're getting $1 can. You're getting in my deal world then. So
exactly, that's my Rajay deal, man. I can't get no better than that.
Nobody can, Earth. Don't feel bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's my fighting chance right there. That's it.
That's it. Take it and run.
Exactly.
Paul said, unlike a lot of other reviews, he very rarely goes to breweries and brew pubs. Usually he hits a local shop or two, and that's about it. And I've been to some of the local shops. Those are fun to hit as well too. I don't know. Sometimes going to a brewery or a brew pub is kind of nice. You can really get like a nice experience there as well.
But sometimes if you go to the kind of the lesser known kind of bottle shops, you might find like a beer that you've been looking for that the bigger shops don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I say, like, we were at the beer tasting we were doing last night. We guys were talking about, like, where do you usually buy beers? All kinds of. I said, I usually keep about 5 or 6 stores in my rotation, all for different things. They all have different opportunities with them.
Yeah.
So, Whiskey Throttle. Richie says that Whiskey Throttle, there are so many beers, literally thousands. Yeah, that would be true. Try to catch up on some of these comments here.
Might head over to Novi. There's a little bottle shop over there that has some beers over there that I've been looking for that they got in stock. So Novi is a bigger kind of suburb of Detroit. So it's one of the bigger suburbs of Detroit.
Whiskey Throttle. Is it Eric tonight, I guess? Whiskey Throttle says, anyone ever noticed that on every live rod, he has someone wearing a Nike logo? And he says, Rod J. BeerVentures LL. And apparently Eric has a Nike logo.
Sponsored by Nike.
That is totally coincidence because I get no check from Nike. So
I was going to say, you got to get those endorsement monies.
I don't know if these guys have side deals set up or what.
We've got side deals
endorsements better, Rod.
I mean, Eric's the one getting contacted for radio commercials, and Joe's, ever since he got his channel, he blew up a little bit. So yeah.
Now, one of my comments said, "Hey man, you got kind of like a radio voice." I'm like, I was like, "What? A radio voice? Yeah, you sound like you got a radio voice." I'm like, "Okay, man. I mean, you want to say that, by all means, go for it." But I just don't. I don't see it, or I don't hear it. So,
well, most people don't hear their own voice as well. I mean, that's why a lot of people criticize their own voices. A lot of people like to hear themselves speak and stuff. So
yeah.
Now, yeah, you got a good voice. I mean, being that I was in radio in college, you got a good voice for radio.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Just got to remember your roots, man.
Yeah.
Remember your roots.
Exactly, Earth. Exactly.
Props to the Rod J show from back in the day when you make it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, how'd you get into this? Oh, it was a Rod J Beer Venture beer club.
I'm one of those guys that don't like to listen to my voice. I'm like, do I really sound like that? That's just terrible. How does anybody ever really just talk to me?
Nice, Todd.
It's like back in the day when you used to listen to your recorder from your answering machine or whatever. What the hell is that? That's not my voice.
It's like, I've annoyed myself today. Here's something for Earth here. 5 Southern California summer craft beers you should be drinking, according to the LA Times. The Little Bo Pills from Smog City Brewing. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, I haven't had that beer though, but they make pretty good stuff.
Amwolf, Eagle Rock Brewery.
I don't think I've had anything from them.
Sunbather, Angel City Brewery.
I've had Angel City, but I haven't had that one.
How about Cerveza Fresca, El Segundo Brewing?
Yep. El Segundo is one of my favorite breweries out here.
And then the other one is the California. Go ahead.
I was just going to say they knock out West Coast style beers. And quintessential, in my opinion.
$19 a 4-pack, but the cans move quickly. And then California.
Which one is it?
That's the El Segundo. That's how much that one. The Cerveza Fresca. Oh, yeah. And it's pint cans. California Rattler from Three Weavers Brewing Company.
I've had Three Weavers. I haven't had any of these beers. I've had the stuff from these breweries, but not these beers.
Well, you got some work to do, son.
Yeah, what? Who decides this stuff, man? I mean,
you're supposed to lead the Southern California delegation. What's going on?
My alarm's going off. I gotta get
it. Your computer's gonna restart like drunken one. Watch out. Richie Z asked if I ever refer to Beer Advocate for beer notes or reviews before buying something new. I do not. I pretty much go when I look at the beers, see what kind of grabs my eye, see what it might be style-wise if I want to try something, and kind of just pick it up from there. The only time I ever look at anything is if it's something I'm not sure if I may have done a review on it, and I'll just pull up Untappd to see if I've marked it out before. But as far as going ahead of time, I don't, because different people have their different opinions on the reviews, and they're putting different notes out there. So I prefer to just go and look at it and decide myself. I don't know what you guys, if you guys look at Beer Advocate before you buy anything or not.
No, I don't pay attention to that site.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'll sometimes look at Untappd, like on your higher end type stuff. If you're going to drop, $16, $17, $18 for a 4-pack, I might check out and just see what the reviews are. If they're star-wise 3.75, 4 or above, then it's like, yeah, okay, it might be worth checking out. Just on the higher end stuff. If it's something that's $11, $12, whatever. I'm gonna pick it up, just try it myself. Just like you said, everybody's palates are different.
Yeah.
But if you got thousands of people that kind of chime in and rating it the same or similar.
You know what you're after.
I don't do it all the
you know
time.
What you like, so.
Yeah, exactly. I don't do it all the time, but every now and again I might. A lot of times it's if I want to buy this beer or do I want to buy this beer. Yeah, let's see what everybody, if everybody likes that one, okay, I'll go with that one maybe. Get that one on the other one on the next time around or something. Right. Something along those lines or something,
And we got Swami now. Swami is actually doing the Route 66 gig, shooting down from Canada out through parts of our country here. And apparently he's reached Missouri because he says Missouri sucks. So he's not a fan of wherever he is in Missouri right now. And outside of St. Louis and some of the breweries around there, I'm not too familiar with what else they may have to offer. Although, if you like barbecue, St. Louis eats the most barbecue per capita in the country. So you can find that. And Whiskey Throttle thinks I am the beer version of Barry White on here, which when I used to talk with Tom, Beer Whisperer, his wife thought I sound like Lou Rawls all the time. So he say something so my wife will like me later.
I'll be right back. I'm going to grab me another beer.
All right. But Richie and Eric both say hello to Swami, and thanks, Swami, for popping in here for sure. And as you see the different names in the chat out there, if you hit the 3 dots to the right, you could check out some of these guys' channels. Swami does a lot of good stuff on the whiskey. Saturday nights, he does a lot of whiskey talk where he has guests and stuff in there. I've been on there a few times. So make sure you check out some of the other people in here for some pretty good things as well. Whiskey Throttles told Swami, stop being so negative. Swami replied, let me see here. Then my screen jumped down at that point. He says, I am the beer version of Sweet Baby Jesus. And Swami says, hello to everyone. Drunken One says, hey, Swami. Malta says, sup, Drunken One. He'll be in Texas in 2 days, so he'll be down there. That'd be kind of cool if, I don't know where part Texas you're going to be in, Swami, but I know Drunken One's down in Austin, so he's deeper down there, but that'd be kind of cool if you guys got together and did something. Brandon Garrett says, I think the Wolf Pup falls short. Founders All Day has more flavor in his opinion. Maybe a little side-by-side challenge wouldn't be bad between those two.
There you go.
And then, you don't take those meds, do you?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
100 milligrams of each.
Yeah.
Getting old as a bitch, man.
No, don't gotta tell me. I just take the what is it, the Simvastatin, which seems like everybody takes Simvastatin now. So
I'm taking Toprol.
It's like, how can you live a good life if you don't have cholesterol in it? I mean, come on. Mm-hmm. But Swami said he had to run, so appreciate you swinging by. Definitely catch up. Keep posting stuff. I got to watch your videos on the daily updates you're doing, too, to catch some of the scenery and stuff you're sharing. Drunken One says, hell yeah, thanks for the heads up. I think it was regarding Swami coming to Texas. Richie says, see you, Swami. Paul says, bye. Eric says, cheers, Swami. Everybody's saying salutations to Swami, essentially. Richie says, I sometimes look at it, talking about Beer Advocate, but there's usually 100 people reviewing one beer, so it's just for an idea. And then Richie says, thanks, Rod. And friends, I'm off for now. I'll catch up on your video soon. Thanks for joining for a bit, Richie. Definitely appreciate it. There's nothing wrong with looking at Beer Advocate. I mean, you do find some beers out there that might catch your interest on stuff. I just don't look at it before I look to purchase from it. I don't think I've been a Beer Advocate ever since they changed their rating scale. I know you, Eric, said you hadn't been for a while either since that. But
yeah, I mean, some of the stores I go to will have a Beer Advocate score on them too.
Yeah,
they'll have little stickers. I don't know who provides them to. If it's a distributor or whoever it is, they'll put like on one of the beers that I had, like on Dragon's Milk, they'll have like a 92 on Beer Advocate or something, you know, like that, to let them know that, hey, this is a highly rated beer. This, you might want to consider buying it. So sometimes you got to look at the price too to know if you kind of want to purchase it or not.
Yeah, some have the rate beer stickers out there too and everything.
Yeah, I see those as well.
But then it gets in the whole thing again, all about ratings, you know.
Yeah.
You know, everybody.
How many times does that rating sway you on a buy though? That's the question.
Yeah,
I usually stick to Michigan beers, Earth, so that doesn't mean a whole lot to me.
Yeah, I see those rate beer and Beer Advocate scores on beers, and then if it's a beer I like, I might pick up the beer, but that rating isn't going to do anything for me.
Yeah.
No.
But I think for some people that aren't, because again, the way that we look at it, because we drink a good amount of beer and we kind of, you know, connoisseurs, whatever you want to call it, to a new person looking and they want to try it, they might say, oh, I might get this one because this one's rated 95 or whatever. But then when you look at some of these rating sites and how people are rating them, it's kind of like you don't know how they're rating them by, you don't know their system. Some are just throwing shit out there. So it's kind of like, you know, take it for what you want there.
Yeah, once you figure out what you like, it's, I don't know, like I said, I don't even really pay attention. I'll look at Untappd for certain things, but most of the time I just get feeds on, you know, places I follow, and I see something released, you know, I'm interested, I'll go get it. You know, I don't look at Beer Advocate or Rate Beer, any of that stuff to see what's coming.
Right.
Or rating for it to get my purchase.
Usually if it's in the high 3s or low 4s on both sites, it's usually probably going to be pretty good.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Bud beer coming out here in the fall, right? When they're teaming up with Jim Beam, I guarantee like people are going to slam it on some of those sites, but I'm going to probably pick it up just because I'm interested enough to see what it actually tastes like since they're teaming up with Jim Beam.
I like the Prohibition lager they had and the red lager, but the red I thought was a little light, but still it was okay.
Yeah. So I didn't do the Prohibition. I didn't do the other one either, but the one with the Jim Beam sounds interesting enough for me to say, well, I might get a single of these or something too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind trying that one.
Go ahead, Todd. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I said I wouldn't mind trying that one. That Prohibition one was okay too.
Yeah, it wasn't anything mind-boggling or mind-blowing or whatever kind of adjective you want to put on it.
Yeah. And then Bum's in. Hello, Bum, out of Pittsburgh there. He says some places use the Beer Advocate score as an excuse to jack their prices up, which I wouldn't doubt either.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the number one thing they use it for.
But it's kind of like some of the stuff that comes out with some of these bourbon barrel stouts, and it's like how many good cities have breweries that have comparable to that, you know, from their local breweries on stuff too. So you got to know your beer scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then anybody, I think Joe said on his show he saw somebody, either Joe or somebody on Joe's saw the first sight-in for pumpkin beer coming out from Pumpkin. I think is already starting to show up in stores.
This year's?
Yeah. Well, that's the question, right? Is it this year's or last year's stock? But we think it's this year's. But
I can get last year's. I can still get last year's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've still seen last year's floating around on the shelves too.
I haven't seen it yet, so that's a good sign.
It's just so freaking early. Now here in Ohio, which I have no idea why they would even do something like this, and I don't even know why you would need something like this, but they have an Ohio brewery that's making beer for dogs.
I have read that. I'm like, what?
And people will buy it because it's like, oh, I'm drinking a beer. Let me get this little beer for my dog type thing. But it's just like,
I'll try it to see if it's any good.
I just don't see the purpose in it. It's kind of like.
We had a local brewery that did make a beer for dogs, but they'd also have like Sunday, bring your dog. You sit outside, bring your dog type thing, whatever. Buy a pint for you and get a pint for your canine or whatever. I forgot what their slogan was, but
yeah.
I never went over to try it. Wish I would have, though.
So the dog beer is made with boiled carrots and bananas and will be brewed fresh on site during the parties. Then you can book in advance for this website where it's $10 per dog in attendance.
Sounds terrible.
Well, it's a dog. It's dog beer.
Carrots and bananas.
Do they even eat
beer
that?
for dogs, but I'm going to try and review it to kind of see how it tastes.
And you got to pay $10 for your dog? Really?
No.
But
Usually it's bringing your dog. You get $1 off a pint or something like that. Now you got to pay for it.
As Eric Gilbert said earlier, high cholesterol, nothing high proof won't fix. And Paul says Wegmans puts high BA scores on their price tags. No time is a good time for pumpkin beer. So
he doesn't like the pumpkin. I thought that was pretty good. Now I was very skeptical of pumpkin beers until Joe actually told me, said, just go try the Southern Tier one, and I had it, and I was like, wow, this is like really fucking good beer.
Yeah, pumpkin I think is good. I think Warlock is better, but I like more of the stout version.
Yeah,
but I do want to try the barrel aged pumpkin just to try it anyway, just to mark it off my list there. Here's something we don't have enough of. Was one place is having their 6th annual beer and bacon festivals, and actually we did have one here a few weeks ago, but it was like during that streak where we had all that heat coming in, and it was just too hot. I mean, there's not many reasons to not eat bacon and drink beer, but when it's like 100 degrees, that's one of them.
Well, I can eat chili in 100-degree weather. So.
No, that's too hot. That's just too hot.
Yeah, that changes things.
You get the bacon raw, so no, I'll take it over here with me. It'll cook just fine.
And what would you like, sir, when it's 100 degrees on? I want some hot-ass chili, man.
Oh.
Spicy IPA with habanero and some chili.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You're feeling that later. Oh, man. Apparently, Sam Adams, they missed their earnings on their stock, and they got slammed, or Boston Beer, I should say. It's not enough people are drinking Sam Adams nowadays.
Did you see, I don't know if you guys watch the news or read the newspaper, I guess on the internet now, but kind of going off on a tangent here, but did you see where Facebook lost $127 billion this quarter?
Today they had a big drop in their stock overnight.
Yeah.
I saw that.
127 billion. There was something you
look at their chart. You look at their chart, and it's up here, and then it's just a straight line down. Then it's down here. It's just that's not how it's supposed to happen, fellas.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they should have rethought that platform anyway.
And it's what are you buying anyway, right? So, what are your real assets that you actually have?
Buy low, sell high.
Didn't we learn this in the end of the 90s with the tech bubble first time? So, Foamy Head said, what if your dog starts farting on the way home? Could happen from Dog Beer. Raining says, I hear you. Way too many pumpkin beer on the shelf. Seemed like it chilled the last couple of years. Fine with him. So, yeah, I mean, there was a ton of pumpkin out there. And I'm surprised they don't have a ton of pumpkin ciders and stuff now. I saw they're trying to do different flavors of ciders. That might be something that we see as well.
It's gotten to the point where by the time you're ready for the pumpkin beers, it's the Christmas beers coming out.
Yeah.
It's almost like the stores where the Christmas shit comes out before Thanksgiving, before Halloween does.
Just skip over it.
I am going to the 4 Elf party at Dark Horse.
When is that? When is that one?
Just after Thanksgiving, I think.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Vegas has their big beer fest coming up here on October 20th. I went out there a few years ago. That's actually fun. They had the Nugget. That's a good time.
We all should get together and go out to Vegas one night, man. Or a weekend or something.
Just tear shit up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about tearing shit up, Rob.
That's got hangover written all over it.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Wake up in your beds on the 97th floor of some hotel.
Somebody's in the ice machine at night.
That's definitely a story-making place. That's for sure.
Mike Tyson punched you, man.
That's where we went to get married, was Vegas.
It's a good time though, like Fremont and all that's a fun time, good party. Their beer fest, they did a pretty good job out there. That could be something too. But the thing I was thinking, we were talking about trying to get together again, talking about maybe like the Brutal. But the more I think about it, if we did something like a cabin or something and just brought tons of beer and do like a beer share a weekend or something, because everybody kind of centralized, we could probably get something set up. I mean, except for Earth in California, but if we did something like in Ohio or something like that, at one of these cabins when you get, or Tennessee or something, kind of a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we used to do timeshares.
I'm only 8 hours away from Nashville.
Yeah.
And about 10 to probably Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, that could be an option as well. Paul says he likes his meat.
Gotta look at those cheap
what?
Cheap plane tickets.
Oh yeah,
make it happen.
Oh, you can get Frontier here, baby. You can get in on a cheap one. Some of those cheap tickets though, they're like make me a little more nervous though. It's kind of like, what am I giving up on this price here? Yeah. It's like, where's that guy going? Isn't he the pilot? Why is he jumping out?
Mm-hmm.
He just got his license.
Yeah.
First time flight.
So Paul says he likes his meat. Todd, you're sideways there.
Oh, Todd, you're sideways.
Paul says he likes his meat raw and his beer warm. Yeah.
Yeah, you like your beer boiling hot.
Warm is an understatement. Yeah. And then artisanal meadery. There's a nice harvest meat, Paul says. Thankfully, no pumpkin in it. Paul's really not on the pumpkin tonight at all.
Yeah, he's not.
He says, well, my place is all fixed up. You can do it here. So, yeah, Paul's got a nice little spot out there kind of in the wooded area, too.
His place, what's he doing, remodeling his house?
Yeah, I guess he's fixing everything up with it. Eric Gilbert says he's having more little beasts. The Saison de Printemps. Have fun with that one. So... not really too much really on beer news that kind of stand out in anything this week. So I'm surprised Joe hasn't chimed in with anything. So he must be driving back himself then. He doesn't have his phone because even last week he chimed in a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how far Rochester is from where he's at.
Yeah. Would you guys got anything planned for this weekend to go out and do some stuff, or?
I just got a birthday party I got to be at, but other than that, it's pretty much up in the air for me.
Any beers featuring at all this weekend, Eric?
I'm going to try something from Beards Brewing. I think it's a porter, if I remember right. And then I got a mead that's supposed to taste like a British ESB style beer. So that's something that's coming up on the channel here shortly. And I'm going to do that Arcadia 21st anniversary.
Okay.
The meat ought to be interesting.
Yeah, it's from what I can't remember where it's from. It's one of the Michigan meaderies around here that makes it. I thought it was interesting enough. I was reading the side of the bottle, and I said it's supposed to taste a hoppy British ESB. I'm like, all right, we'll see what it brings to the table. So that's going to be coming up next week.
Seems like that goes against what a meat is, but
yeah,
that's kind of strange, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah. It's strange, but I thought it might be interesting enough, so I bought it. It was only like $7.99 for goodness, how big is it? 500 milliliters, but they have honey in it too, and that's what drives up the price.
Well, last week was the did you watch it, Todd? Or I don't know if you're watching it too. Snowfall was back out last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of the first episode?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Was it just me, or did they use the F word more than they did ever last season altogether in one episode?
I think they're pushing it more. I think some of these other shows are as well.
And some of the semi-nudity sex scenes or whatever, I was like, hey, what's going on here?
Well, if you watch, I don't know if you watch Yellowstone or not, but they pretty much just went full topless down there.
Yeah. I saw that a couple weeks ago. His daughter in the tub or whatever. I was like, Dad, what is going on here? They're showing nudity on this channel?
Paramount? What's going on? Yeah, so.
That's a great show, by the way. I really like that show.
Yeah, apparently they might be struggling for the second season, I guess. I don't know, but I think it's well written and everything. It confronts a lot of stuff that was pretty interesting. And I know Tom was saying he thought it was going to get too dark. You know how
yeah.
It's good stuff they're talking about, like stuff that should be talked about. So
I almost wonder if it wouldn't have been better if they went like Amazon or Netflix route instead of like Paramount. Yeah. I mean, probably a lot of people don't know about it, but it gets really good reviews, from people that do watch it.
Well, supposedly it's they say it's the number one summer drama thus far. So, but
how would they not pick up a second season on that?
It can be critically acclaimed, but then people just over their head, kind of like, don't get it. Like when you look at like I don't know if you ever watched Arrested Development, like when that first came out, like it was pretty freaking hilarious for most people. I think
it was
for mainstream people. It seemed to maybe go over their head or they didn't get it or whatever, and it was like canceled after 2 or 3 seasons. Then it came back later because so many people wanted it back.
Yeah.
And that's a funny show.
A lot of people don't know about that stuff until, one season is over.
Yeah.
And then by word of mouth, they find out, through their friends, wow, this show was so crazy, you need to watch it. And then all of a sudden the ratings go up. A lot of people start finding out about it.
Yeah. I hope they do come back with another season of Yellowstone. I'll really look forward to that one coming on every week.
Yeah. Yeah, I got into Seinfeld because of the reruns. When I didn't watch it when it was first out for like the first couple years. And I started catching reruns. Oh, this is kind of funny. So
yeah, same here. Seinfeld and Friends. I didn't watch either one of them when they were on.
I watched Seinfeld from when it began till it ended.
Yeah. And there's still I see them all. And once in a while, I still see an episode. Like I haven't seen this episode before. Like I flipped on a couple weeks ago. It was on, and it was an episode where Jerry's apartment got robbed. I had never seen the episode before. But like they kept leaving his door open, and people were robbed. Somebody robbed them or something. Then people would just pop in. He's like, "How'd you get in?" "Oh, the door was open." So the whole episode was about the door being open or whatever. But really, a show about nothing.
I gotta admit, I never really watched that show, but I feel like I've seen the whole thing because Joe talks about it.
I feel like Joe's seen every episode.
Like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. But Snowfall came back, so it was great to see that. So that's actually recorded right now because it's on now, I believe.
So what'd you think of the first episode of that one?
I liked it. I thought it was good. It was kind of wondering to see what was going to happen. But, I mean, it started out pretty interesting. And, like, you were thrown right into the fire with everything taking place and stuff. Like, where's it going to go now? And it's it's been kind of interesting just watching it develop and everything. So some of the characters and things like that, like, I don't want to spoil for people that didn't see it, I guess, but like his one buddy, he's like always the one getting arrested. Like, seriously?
Yeah.
I feel
like the main kid on there, he's such a likable character, even though he's so bad. Like he's like you just kind of pull for him.
Yeah. And the one guy's got his girlfriend going both ways, so that's the whole interesting. And then Ballers is back next month, I believe. So that should be pretty interesting. It's kind of weird watching Ballers, though, because everything they're talking about is, like, actually happening. So, like, on the show, they're, like, responsible for, like, the Raiders moving to Vegas. And, like, they're moving to Vegas now. So it's just kind of funny seeing that dynamic on there.
That is true. Yeah, I never even thought about that.
Yeah. Which actually helps them for their storylines because, okay, now they can go ahead and add this other stuff because it's actually happening in the league.
True. Yeah, I like that show too.
Yeah. Gotta admit, The Rock's pretty funny. He's done well for his career. I mean, he just came off of doing Skyscraper, and now he's releasing this other one with the old school video game Rampage. Or whatever.
Rampage, yeah.
Busy.
Yeah.
Cranking them out.
He's making tons. Someone told me he's like the highest paid actor down in Hollywood. So
wouldn't be surprised if that's true.
He's like, Vince, I don't need to come back and wrestle anymore.
He'll do little cameos every now and again.
McMahon has all those guys by the balls, so they have to come back at some point sooner or later.
Yeah.
Ric Flair, 60 years old, coming out.
Sure, you can wrestle. You just got to sign your life on the dotted line. We'll bring you back when you're 95.
Yeah. I don't know. They got what you call him in there now. And I haven't watched her at all, but who's a former fighter?
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey, yeah. So she's in there now, and it's kind of like, I don't know. Because you're watching it now, and you're like, okay, if this was a real fight, she would pretty much whip any women's ass.
Right, yeah. They just break out
it's entertainment, Rod. It's entertainment.
Right.
It's like Fast and the Furious. She's fighting Michelle Rodriguez, and it all looks good, but you just know.
Yeah.
Come on, Eric. Don't spoil it for people. Some people still think that's real.
Oh, sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Out here, they've been playing a lot of those movies with Gina Carano in them.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that fighter, Gina Carano? She's been playing in these on-demand movies lately all the time. Now that you mentioned that other chick.
If that's your way in Hollywood, then more power to her.
Those two needed to meet up at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably, if they can get it set up, they probably will somehow.
Looks like they're both done, aren't they?
Are they?
I think Gina's not fighting anymore, but I don't know about the other one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they get her over to wrestling or something.
I don't think either one of them fight anymore for sure.
I've been going back since she got knocked out, pretty much.
Got knocked the fuck out.
Tried to come back and lost again. Like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
If she couldn't get him in the arm bar, she was struggling. It seems.
One trick pony.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what she knew.
But that's how it was, like with Kimbo as well. Some of the fights, like, once you get him, if you get him out of wrestling, you were in a better position against him. But straight up, like Kimbo will knock your block off.
You ever seen those YouTube videos of the backyard fighting that he had before he started?
Oh,
he got big.
Those were some brutal ones back then. Yeah, the backyard boxing or fighting or whatever they called it. Yeah.
And then he was on Fox and got beat by some Mohawk dude that weighed like 120 pounds. Like, what? How's that even possible? How's that even happen? Like, beat him like 40 seconds. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because he didn't have the skills to wrestle and everything. So,
as a street fighter, he was good, but you throw some rules and stuff in there, and he doesn't know what to do.
It goes out the window.
Some of these guys that are like in MMA that are martial artists as well, they're fighting other ways that he's not used to fighting, so puts him at a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
But oh no, I got pretty much more. I don't know what else you guys are thinking out here. It's kind of like.
Has anybody tried this barrel runner from Founders?
I found that to be way too much rum, Todd. No IPA notes.
I agree with you, Eric. It's pretty strong.
I had it. I liked it. It was pretty decent.
I mean, it's not terrible, but it is definitely the rum is definitely present in it for sure.
Yeah. People are like, oh, I got some hoppy notes. I'm like, how in the hell do you get hoppy notes when it's pretty much all freaking rum, man?
Yeah, I don't get much of the hoppiness in it either.
Like, people will say something they think it's supposed to be that style. Like, you did not get that. Like, some of the stuff on Untapped, I'll check in, and somebody will have out there, like, hoppy on something. It's like, this thing was way too sweet to have any hoppiness coming through. It's like, So you can't trust
So
it.
I had to compare it against another one I was drinking. So, and that one right there, the Barrel Runner, was a lot more IPA than rum versus the other one I had. So that was my comparison.
I think they just left it in the rum barrels for too long is what it was.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be interested.
In it.
I'd be
rum is pretty potent though. It'll take over pretty quick.
Yeah, you're right there. I'd be interested to see how this one would age if you let it sit for a year or two.
Well, I'm going to do those Spanish beers. I think I'm going to try doing them this weekend. I haven't done yet. The ones I sent to you guys.
Man, that brandy one was awesome, dude. Oh my God. That was awesome.
I've got one of those left, Rod, and it might be the base one. I think I've drank the other two.
They were the best $1.99 beers I think I ever bought, for sure.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Hell yes.
You should have went back and cleared the shelf on that one.
I went back, and there was only like a few left. I grabbed those. But, yeah, I should have just wiped them all out when I was there. If I'd have known, I would have wiped out that whole row.
Earth, and that's a real Rod J deal right there.
Get these
$1.99, 11% beers.
Simon actually went to their brewery.
You can't beat that.
Too. And the brewery's pretty decent from what Simon's video was on them. But, yeah, I wish I would have got more. I had the first ones I had, and they were really good. I didn't reveal them.
That brandy one was out of this world, dude. Wow.
But Paul said Todd and Eric baby palates. And he said, what do you expect from millennials?
I'm not a millennial.
I'm millennials.
Eric, you're getting lumped into my category now.
I know. I'm not.
Guilty by association.
It must have been a fresh shave. The baby face is out.
The beard's coming back. It may be a hell of a lot more grayer than it was last time, fellas.
There's no millennials on this panel.
So right now out there, is there like any brewery that's like a favorite of yours at all? Was there anyone that you had as your kind of?
There's a local one in my area. It's the north side of Lansing. It's up in DeWitt. I don't know how many people in the comments know where DeWitt is, but it's Looking Glass Brewing Company. That's one. They got a damn good milk stout. Really good. Some of their other offerings aren't great, but they got a really good milk stout.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them.
Yeah, they just opened, I think, a year or two ago. So,
are they canning it or bottling or?
No, it's just right now. It's only brewery only. It's like a brewery and a kind of an eatery kind of brewery and grill, I guess is kind of what I would say.
Well, I'm seeing Old Nation catch more fire recently too. Like Instagram, I'm seeing a lot of posts of the M43 recently.
Yeah, that's their year-round beer. Yeah, I can get that anytime I want. Yeah. That and Boss Tweed, pretty much.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to brag.
You see them go national in the next years, distribution-wise?
Say that one more time.
Get there. You think they would get national distribution within the next year?
Honestly, I don't think they're big enough yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if they maybe even regionally, maybe if it came into Rod and Todd's area and maybe even Paul and Joe's, I could see that. But on a national level, I don't quite think they're there yet. But definitely on a regional level, yeah.
They'd probably
strange because I saved that brewery, didn't it?
Yeah, M43 did, Todd. Yes,
it saved it. Yeah.
They were in dire straits.
You guys are familiar with you guys are familiar with Grimm, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Out of New York or whatever. I get some distribution from those guys.
Yeah.
Out here.
I think we might get some Grimm here, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
We get them here once in a while, but then that's when it gets into the whole distribution setup, right? So if you're part of them, you get a distribution depending on who your people are marketing your stuff. For instance, Rheingeist, they do Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, I think Tennessee, and then there's Massachusetts. Well, so how do you get to Massachusetts? What a distributor they're working with gets to Massachusetts. And I was told by someone they thought it might be because they may be using the same people as Sam Adams here. Because Sam Adams has their brewery here. It's like right pretty much 3 blocks away from where Rheingeist is because Jim Cook is from this area. But if you're set up with that distributor, where the distribution goes, it gets you in other areas. So
I can see that.
Kind of just a weird type thing how they set those up. Like I can't get High Life, but now High Life's what, in Michigan? Is that right, Eric? You got it up there now? Or
what's that again? I'm sorry.
You have High Life up there where you're at, Cigar City Brewing.
Yep, I get Cigar City. Yeah.
You don't get it here, so it skips all across here and it gets up to where Michigan.
Like you got to go through our states to get to Michigan, but yet we're not going to drop any off. That's same with like our perennial in St. Louis. Joe gets them in Buffalo. You got to go across all the way through our states, and we're not going to distribute here at all.
Right.
I get perennial.
Do you really?
I do, yeah.
See, like
and
you get them out there.
I get Six City too now.
I'm literally like 3.5 hours from perennial from St. Louis, and nothing. Joe gets them in Buffalo, so that's another 8 hours, 10 hours.
Yeah.
And you're way out there in California, and you get them. So
I wish that other half got bigger distributions.
Yeah, same here.
Dude, I'd be buying air crap all the time.
And I miss Paul, but night to Paul. I don't know if Paul's still here, but he said he had to hit the hay. So,
all right, Paul, take it easy.
Paul.
That's Paul. The whole thing. That's the whole 3-tier. That's what it's about. Like when it's like you talk to the guys over in the UK, like Craig and Harry and them. Like you pretty much just order wherever you want from. They just send it to you. But here you can't really do that. Like some of the beer deliveries, like Tavor that people use, it only goes to certain states. You can't get it in every state. So.
Yeah, I was just gonna say too, Paul. He orders out of that Craft Shack or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty much drinking every single beer that I can drink here. So they're all coming from my area.
What's he ordering it from?
I think it's craftshack.com.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've seen those before.
Yeah, see, like we can't get that in Kentucky because they won't deliver to Kentucky.
You better have a P.O. box in Cincinnati then.
Get it just for the beer. Which is, I mean, companies aren't supposed to, but like I've got companies that are like actual breweries send me stuff to the house before, so I don't know how that law really plays out, but I don't ask any questions.
Just say UPS that to me. Don't send it through USPS.
And the one I just got actually from it's funny, from Nashville, from the Music City one. I got to review that one too. They sent it USPS, the 6-pack. And it was actually, the bottles were jiggling inside too. And which, if you ever do send by the post office, they do not care about your package. I said this in the unboxing video. It was raining that day, and they left it in the rain, and the box was like soaking wet out for a little bit. UPS, they put it in plastic. I think FedEx may put it in plastic, put it in a bag or whatever. Not the post office. Like, yep, here's your stuff. So,
yeah. It's interesting you say that because the lady said when I sent your guys' beer packages out, she goes, so what you got in the boxes here? And I go, hot sauce. She goes, 5 pounds is a hell of a lot of hot sauce.
That's right.
That's what I don't understand. Is like, why are they asking you? Like, it's none of your damn business within the box.
That's what she said. She goes, that's a hell of a lot of hot sauce.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing.
There's a lot of different hot sauces.
I off at UPS. She was on the phone, and I was like, well, it's already paid for. I said, oh, just put it right there or whatever. And I was out the door before she got off the phone. But they asked me at the Ace Hardware store that I sent at that time, and I did say it was sauces being sent. Okay, I used Joe's line. I was like, I was even going to say that, like, it just came out, sauces. Like, I don't know what to say, sauces. But
is that the same Ace Hardware I sent your stuff to?
Yeah, the hardware store you sent the stuff back to. I'm like, Todd, I don't got anything. It says it was delivered. I don't have anything. So let me go to Ace Hardware, see if they got it. Luckily, I mean, like I said, the box was open, so someone knew it was there, and they were honest. So
he told me, I was like, oh shit, he ain't getting none of that now. Somebody's gonna have him a nice night, nice Friday night, nice Saturday. Damn.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
I had one shipment delivered here, and the bottle exploded. The box was all wet from the liquid and everything, and it looks like they just repackaged it up and put it in another box and sent it my way because it got delayed a little bit to get to me. So, but I didn't hear nothing about it. was like, what the hell is this?
That's some good
remnants of it.
Yeah. That smells like beer.
Yeah, I had to file it because it was that Tavor thing, and they sent me another one.
Yeah. Oh, the worst
make up for it.
I've never done it, but from some of the stuff I've seen from the airlines, like sometimes when they go through and investigate stuff, that'd be like the worst place to probably do it at. They seem to kick everybody's shit around.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
And they put the label in there, inspected by TSA. It's like, you broke my stuff, man.
Yeah. Probably on purpose, too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's not getting this beer.
Punt.
Was they do have cases now where they have, like, inside the liner, you put the bottles in there, like, in a foamy type thing, and you zip it back over top of it. So that's pretty slick.
That's why when I always send my stuff out, I always line it with garbage bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did this last time, too. I don't think I did it for years, though.
Just in case. You never know.
Yeah.
If you guys
Not that it won't keep it from leaking, but at least it'll keep it from soaking through the box, hopefully.
If you guys ever find your way inside the warehouse of like a UPS or a FedEx, you'll be so scared that you'll do even more packaging after that, after you see what they do in there.
Earth, it's funny you said that. I used to work at UPS.
Kicking them across the warehouse and everything.
I used to work at UPS back in the 90s. I would for sure, yeah. Don't put fragile on there because that's the worst thing. It's for sure getting tossed. If you throw a fragile sticker on there, forget about it. Forget about it.
I heard in a video on TV one time the UPS guy was delivering like one of the flat screen TVs, and the guy had a high gate or whatever, he couldn't get over to get in, so he just took the TV and threw it over the gate. Just threw it into the yard. That's a TV.
You'd be better off putting a sticker on there that says "Throw me around" or something. Right. They'd be like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna set this right here. Be good."
Yeah. Yeah. Some things, don't put fragile and stuff on it. But I think that's about beer for this week. I don't know. Anybody's got anything else?
It's pretty much how my week went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much of anything.
Just trying to get to Friday. Yeah, I was getting crushed at work today. It's like, seriously?
Yeah, we've been trying to diagnose a whole shitload of issues where I'm at, too.
Yeah.
But when you're working IT, that's what you signed up for.
Yeah. Well, I know our IT guys are always like getting jammed up on stuff, it seems.
Yeah.
But thanks for everybody that kind of tuned in. And Eric, I'll turn it over to you there.
All right, guys. If you've had too much to drink, please get a designated driver. It's stupid to drive home drunk because there's zero tolerance now. Just don't do it, okay? Get an Uber, a taxi, a Lyft. Have the bartender get you a ride, just something. Because if you're going to drive home drunk, you're going to do the stupid-ass sobriety test, get a free ride to jail, you're going to have court fees and then possible prison time. And if you hit or kill somebody, you're going to be in the slammer for a while. And if you kill yourself, all you've done is hurt your family and friends and put yourself 6 feet under, okay? Just do the smart thing. Get a ride, man. Just do it.
There you go. Because we care. So we make that message. Thanks again for everybody that kind of joined in. Thanks to Todd, Eric, for Earth sitting in here, for Joe. And then, I guess, upcoming.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I'm going to have the Nashville beer sometime this weekend. I got to do that one. That's the Nashville Music City High. And that's a pretty good one. I'll give a little bit of a rundown of that when I do that video. But they sent me that from Nashville, from some of the musicians that put this beer together to kind of help the community and stuff. So kind of a cool cause along those lines. And then after that, I'm not sure what beers I'm going to upload. And thanks to Todd while he's here for all the beers. Todd sent me those 450 North and then that Upland, which was actually a great beer. Upland might have been my favorite one out of them, out of all four. Although that Flapjack Nuggets was damn good.
Yeah,
was it. I could get up in the morning and have that for
that looked tasty.
Dude,
those were I'd have to say those were four pretty good solid beers right there for sure.
And then I got the Leaky Capullo. I still haven't uploaded that one. The Press Tart, I haven't uploaded that one yet. The Eugene Porter. I did do the Tangerine Express finally from Stone, so I might upload that one. just trying to figure out. I'm trying to get out there what people want to see, what you kind of like. So if there's certain beers you'd like to see or have questions about, let me know, and I'll get those one uploaded. Got one from Nitro, a Nitro Roblin from Rivertown here that actually wasn't that bad either. But I'm down in my queue to 25 videos right now in the backlog. So I was 33 last week, so I was able to get some room in there. But I'll drop all these, start getting these reviews out again. And I like to get back to maybe doing some of the hop videos. So I don't know if you guys thought those were pretty good, especially for like people that homebrew when I would talk about different hops. So just trying to get more stuff out there. But let me know what you guys think out there when you're watching. And if there's videos you'd like to see some other stuff on, always shoot me a message, and anything that I can share there, I will definitely do. That all being said, I appreciate everybody swinging by, and we will catch you guys next week, if not before. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers.